Okay, so when you are doing order of operations, you always make sure, let me fix this so that it's a little higher, that you do the order of PEMDAS. That's how you remember it. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division,
adding, subtraction.
Exactly. So if I had something like this, normally we would just go left to right. You would go 3 plus 16 plus, but you do not do it that way anymore. So you are going to go with the exponent. So the exponent is the one, this means 2 times 2, whatever the base is, and then the exponent tells you how many times to multiply the base by itself. So let's say it was 3 squared. We would do 3 times 3 first, not 3 times 2. Remember that. It's 3 times the number of times, and we're doing 3 times 3, not 3 times 2. So this is the first thing we solve. And every single line, we do one thing. So the first thing we're going to do is this. So we're going to rewrite the rest of the equation, and we're only going to solve this one thing, which is 9.
Yeah, and then you keep reading it.
Now we have all addition, so we just go left to right. So 3 plus 16 plus 9. And then we would solve that, and that would be 3 plus 16 is 19 plus 9. So if you had 19 plus 10, it would be 29, and then back 1 is 28. If we had a problem that looked like this, then we have to look, what do we do first? Parentheses, right? So we're going to solve this first, and we're going to rewrite the rest of the problem. And then what is 8 plus 5 squared? So we know 5 to the second power is 25. So we're going to do this. And then on the next line, we're going to solve inside the parentheses. What is 8 plus 25?
16? Or, no, I said that wrong. 36?
33.
Oh.
So then we do 4 times 33. Which is 132. All right, let's try a few more. 2 times 8 plus 4 squared. So what do we do first?
Exponent?
Yeah. And what is our exponent? What would be the answer to my exponent?
16.
Yep. So we do 2 times 8 plus 16. What do I do next?
2 times 8.
Yep. Then that's all I solve on this line. Then I go to the next line. 16 plus 16 is 32. Okay. This one is 10 plus 6 squared times 2. So what would I do first?
The exponent.
So 10 plus, and then what would I put here?
10 plus 12.
Is it 6 times?
No. It's 36.
Yeah, gotta get that 6 times 2 out of our head. So we only do that one thing on that line. Then we go to the next line. And now what am I going to do next?
I'm going to do 36 times 2.
Yeah, and what is 36 times 2? If you don't know, you just do it over here. It is 72. Then we do 10 plus 72. And then on the next line, we solve it. So sometimes you might have 3 lines, 2 lines, 5 lines, 7 lines, just depending how complicated our problem is. So I'm going to do a trickier one with you. It's going to take a little time, but we're going to walk through it together, and this is why I'm giving you a super tricky one. If you can do a tricky one with me, then when you're not with me, you'll be able to do a tricky one, and you'll be fine with it. So, what do we do first?
6. Okay. 1 second. 16. We do the exponent.
Yep. And what would my answer be for the exponent?
3. So it would be 12?
No. It's 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So on your paper, you would do 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, and then you'd work through. What is 3 times 3?
6.
9.
She's thinking of plus.
And then 9 times 3?
It is 27. I forgot the trick.
And then that's 3 of them, right? 3 times 3 is 9 times 3. We need to do one more. So then you can just do that and do the problem.
Is it 81?
Yes. So then we do 16 plus 18 divided by 9 plus 81. So what would I do next?
You would do 18 divided by 9.
Yes, because we have to do division first. So we would do 16 plus 2 plus 81. And now everything is addition, so I can just add across, and that would be my answer. So 16 plus 2 plus 81. Figure that out, my darling, and tell me what it is.
Is it 99?
So 81 plus 18, 99. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, now I'm going to do a couple really, really tricky ones.
Wait. Is it 16 and not 18?
16 plus 2. So I just did 18 right there. Okay, so 15 minus 3 squared divided by 9. So what would I do first?
15 minus 3.
And then squared divided by 9. So what is 12 squared?
12 squared is 24.
No, it means 12 times 12. You'll get it. Think about it this way. If they wanted you to multiply, they would do this. So why is it in such a crazy form? So yeah, that's like, right? If they wanted you to do 12 times 2, they would just write it out like that. It's crazy, right? It's got this little 2 hanging out. It means 12 times itself that many times. All right, and then what is 12 squared?
$36?
12 times 12.
2. Is it not 36?
144.
2 times 34. 2. 1 times. Oh, I didn't put the 0.
So 144 divided by 9, so then we would do this. How many times does 9 go into 14? 1 time. 1 times 9 is 9. Then we subtract. Then we bring down. How many times does 9 go into 54? 6. We have 0 remainder. So my answer is 16. All right, here is a tricky one. I will just do it for you because it's getting kind of tricky. Let's see, this is a plus. Divided by 4 times 5 squared. Okay, so I know I have to do my parentheses first, and inside my parentheses I have an exponent. So 8 squared is 8 times 8, which is 64, plus 36, divided by 4 times 25. Now I'm going to solve within my parentheses. 64 plus 36 equals 100. And then 4 times 25 is 100. So my answer is 1. One of my students said, "Oh my gosh, Teacher Ann, we had to do all that for the answer of 1." And I'm like, yeah, I didn't make it up. So a lot happens when you're doing order of operations, and it's easy to get confused, which is why we always go with PEMDAS.
Why do we do order of operation?
Because what happens is, if we didn't do order of operations, you might solve it one way, I might solve it another way. So this is a rule to teach us. If there's more than, every single time you've done a problem up till now, it's been like this. Right? 2 things. But when I start putting more than 2 things in it, how would I know which way to solve it if there wasn't a rule? So this is the rule that says what you do is first you do your exponent, then you do, and then you take it from there. So it's just a rule, and it helps us know what order we do our problems in. All right, I'm going to give you a crazy one. Ready?
Yes.
This is from my 6th grade book. You're not in 6th grade, but if you do it with me and you see it, you're going to be more comfortable doing tricky ones. So, first thing I do is PEMDAS. And whenever I'm doing order of operations, I always write this at the top of my page. So I have parentheses first. So I'm going to do 72 divided by, what is 13 minus 4?
Am I supposed to say it?
Sure.
Okay.
9. Now I have exponent. So I'm going to do 72 divided by 9 plus 5 times, what is 2 times 2 times 2? So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. Now I do my division and my multiplication, and then I add last. So I'm going to do 72 divided by 9 is 8 plus 40. Do you see how I skipped doing this? Because addition is way down here.
Mm-hmm.
And then 48. That's why we have order of operations, because if we did it I might do it like this, 72 divided by 9 plus 5 times 8, and I would get a totally different answer. But because we have PEMDAS, I know I don't add until I get this answer and this answer, then I add those ones together. So it's pretty helpful to have that rule. And you wanted to write today, so let me